We've been operational since October of 2008, so that's just about almost 2 years. It's about a year and a half. Growing pains in the beginning. I will tell you that I would not go back to paper ever again. We really like the flexibility of the eClinical Works product as compared to the other EMRs that we've looked into. It also helps us straighten out our billing. It helps us keep track and make sure we're billing appropriately. Again, the billing component. I mean, it's so complete. And the other thing about the billing component, besides being complete, now, again, we're not completely tied into it, but it helps us shoot our billing through. If it's missed, you'll know that it's been missed. I think with a paper billing system, you'll miss a whole lot more than you think you are. And with the eClinical, you don't miss any. It's either billed or it's not billed. Access is incredible. I mean, I can be on a conference, and if a patient had a question, if the office had a question, I can look things up online. I could be at home and access patient charts without having to lug things around and actually bringing things out of the office. I can bill from home. I can catch up on things. I can look things up in the middle of the night if I wake up in a cold sweat because there's a lab that's bothering me. We will take a laptop into the patient room, and that will be our chart, and we'll document appropriately. You can customize your own templates, or you can use the ones that are already inside the eClinical Work system. I think that's another thing that I think if you're in a group of physicians, if you do templates, you might set aside some time to take your most common diagnoses and make templates for them. A template is a set of fairly common findings you might have for a particular condition, common things that you do over and over again that you don't have to write over and over again, and you just point and click, and it goes ahead and populates the chart. And it's just that much simpler. It makes things much more complete. You're a lot more thorough with your charting and billing because it's two tied together. There's a nice little correction factor when you do billing to tell you if your note was complete enough for that particular billing code. And it'll tell you if you're missing any elements. Oh, I forgot that. But again, you can build that into the template that you've filled in those elements to satisfy that billing code. And that's another little nice helpful thing that you'll find on eClinical Works. But you have to take the time, I think, for training and then slowly ramping up. So we took a couple of days off, a couple of half days, and then we started our schedules back up at half schedule just to get going with eClinical Works and to get the staff going with eClinical Works. But after about 2 weeks, we were going. We were going by the seat of our pants, but we were going, and we were getting things done. We got a lot of support from HMP as far as questions and calling. And there's a hotline that we can actually access through eClinical Works that was very helpful for us. The other part of it that's very good for us is after about 2 years of using eClinical Works, we went back to HMP and said, we need retraining. Can you give us another however many hours? And we got that set up again. We actually did another retraining session last week, and it helped us immensely as far as working out the details and ironing out the details of what we already learned. eClinical is such a nice EMR that having the financial backing and the technical support from everybody from HMP has been really wonderful.